Welcome to Season 3 of the Casual Camping Podcast, your home for the best camping discussion both in and out of the field. Here are your hosts, Tim and Ade.
All right then, Ade. We appear to have walked through the doors of camping paradise. I think I might have died and gone to that good camping heaven in the sky.
You bet you we have. Oh my God, there's too much. I'm like a kid in a sweet shop. It is amazing. There are tents, shoes, bikes, you name it. Electrical stuff, boats, sups. Bloody love it.
I'm literally having to pull you back all the time. I think if I let you just go wild, you... oh, there we go. We've lost him. We've found Yeti. We've lost him. He's gone. Come on. This way.
It's pretty.
So we're just having a bit of a walk round. It is a huge hall, isn't it? It's absolutely monstrous. And it is ram-packed full of the best camping kit you've ever seen in your life. And this is all the stuff that isn't even coming out till next year.
And there's some that we've seen before. There's different colourways. But it's all just... There's no crowds. You got space to look at stuff. You can see what people are doing. Everybody wants to come over and chat to you about their stuff. What a lovely environment to be at.
It is great because you, the general public, can't come here. You, the filthy unwashed, can't step foot through the door. So there's space to look, there's space to talk to people, and it's gregreat.
And I think we've established that Ade is part of the filthy unwashed. It's not something that I generally, I can go a day or two without. So anyway, but it is brilliant to be here, and look out for a lot of pictures on the socials this week. It's going to be epic.
I'm Jess from Pits and Bits.
Pits and Bits. So tell us a little bit about Pits and Bits, because I think this is most relevant for Ade, who everyone knows doesn't like to have a wash when camping.
I know, he was so astonished he nearly fell over. It's a good job there's a chair sat there so he can sit down.
I really was. I thought this is the product for me.
So it's a whole range of waterless washing products, but the big but, it is not an alcohol gel or dry shampoo. It is water-based. It's really kind and gentle, and it allows you to wash from head to toe all your pits and bits without any additional water or rinsing.
I love the name. Pits and Bits, because, yes, says it all, doesn't it?
It does. You're not going to forget one or the other, are you?
One would hope not. So, nice and gentle on the skin?
Yes, very gentle on the skin. The way in which it works is you apply the kind and gentle liquid directly to the body part. Massage it in. It goes into a nice soapy lather. As Ade can confirm, it didn't go white, so he was nice and clean today. And then you towel dry it off. So the towel takes the hit, but you're nice and clean. And we're doing a big push on not to litter the countryside with baby wipes, especially as festival season is coming. And people do like to do that sort of thing. So we're asking them to think twice, and then maybe take a bottle and a towel instead, which you can take home and then recycle. All of our bottles are actually ocean-bound plastic and 100% recycled plastic, which is further recyclable. So it's a better alternative.
And I can see on your stand you do a Filthy Festival wash kit that's soap and shampoo. Perfect for anybody going to a festival this year. It looks brilliant. Absolutely. How does the shampoo work then? If you kind of lather up your hair and then you towel your hair?
Yeah, sit down, Ade, and I'll give you... No, I'm joking.
Oh, he nearly passed out then.
I was like, oh, God, this is why you brought me this year. I'm the guinea pig.
Absolutely.
But it does, on all seriousness, it does work in the same way. You do just pour the liquid. It is a water-based liquid again, straight onto the hair, massage it in. It goes into a soapy lather, and then you towel dry it off. So again, the towel's dirty. you're nice and clean. And as we just chatted about, it was originally developed for the NHS. So it is truly tried and tested and very gentle, designed for long-term use.
I have seen this product, obviously with a different branding, used on the wards, because listeners know I work in the NHS, and it is incredibly gentle on your skin. We wouldn't use it in the NHS if it was in any way damaging to your dermatology. So, absolutely brilliant products. We've taken a video of Ade having a wash with this. That'll be on our socials, and we'll put some links and things on there for people to find it. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you so much. It was nice to meet you both.
We are stood at Dometic, and I'm still Tim. You're still
Ade.
And you are
Tom.
Nice to meet you, Tom. What do you do for Dometic?
I'm one of the brand managers for their UK distributor.
Brilliant. And we're stood by your brand spanking new, just released coolers. Can you tell us a bit about them?
Yeah, so this is the new Recon range. It's going to be a new system of coolers, storage and accessories to kit the back of your car and vehicle out for your travels.
It looks absolutely brilliant. They're sizable coolers. What sizes do they come in?
We do a 16-litre cooler in the small, the 32-litre in the medium, and a 65-litre in the large.
Brilliant. That large does look epic, absolutely epic. Do you want to talk us through some of the key features of it, if that's okay?
Yeah, no problem at all. Can I grab one?
Yeah, grab one.
Cool. So this is our medium Recon cooler. So you can open the lid up from either side by lifting the two latches. So you can get access to it in either direction.
That's such a unique design piece there, where you can literally, it hinges on both sides, or you can actually just lift the whole thing off, can't you?
Yeah, so you can undo all four latches, lift the lid off and use it as a beer bucket or a party in the barbecue in the garden, on the beach.
Absolutely brilliant. And then you've got a divider in there that you've got multiple places for that to go into.
Yeah, that also doubles as a chopping board as well, so you could use it in the kitchen when you're out camping. And then a little storage tray to store your vegetables, fruit, away from all the other bits and pieces.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than sausages sitting in the ice water.
No, absolutely not. On the top, we've got multiple accessories. So it comes with this rubberized top, so you can sit on it. It's anti-slide, but we've also got a chopping board or a 2-inch padded seat top, so you can use it as a bench seat.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And there are other accessories that clip in the front as well. I noticed there's like an area there.
Yeah, so on the front, on either side, there's some accessories like cup holders, fishing rod holders, even phone holders and things like that, all to sit within here.
Absolutely brilliant. I love the fact that all the handles and everything go flush completely with the side, just to make it really easy to pack and store and get it in the car.
Yeah, the design team spent hundreds of hours looking at different car designs, and it's designed to be sleek on every side so it doesn't catch on anything in your vehicle, and it's all optimized to kind of be vehicle ready. The little one's designed to sit behind the seat in a footwell as well, so kind of utilizing all the space within the car.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What do you think, Ade?
I think that's great, especially, that flushness. How many times have I sort of knocked my fingers trying to get a Yeti in and out of the car, or it's stuck on something? So I think, yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And it comes with accessories.
The boy loves his accessories.
I do.
So there's even the trick on the drain plug. So the classic with the drain plug, end of your trip, you're letting the melted ice out. What do I do with this? So it magnets to the side, so you don't have to put it in the mud on the floor.
Absolutely brilliant. It's literally just stuck straight to the side. It's magnetised. It stays on there. You're not going to lose it either and ruin it for your next journey. That is just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for speaking with us. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. It's been great speaking to you.
So we are now on the Nortent stand, and we've talked about Nortent a lot, haven't we, Ade, because of your camping history?
Yeah, love my Nortent Koi 7. Absolutely rock solid.
Yeah, beautiful tent, beautiful tent. So please introduce yourself to our listeners.
I'm Leif from Nortent.
Thank you for speaking to us. We're stood in front of your new tent that isn't on the market at the moment. Tell us a little bit about it.
That's our new tent, Varde 1, that will be released in about 3 months' time. So it's our new one-person tent with 4 poles, 4 DAC poles, weighing just under 3 kilos.
It looks incredible. It is very lightweight, so 2.9 kilos. You call it a one-person tent. I'd call it at least a 1.5-person tent. I've got a 2-person tent that probably has less room than that, so it's actually got quite a bit of room to it. I think it's a great-looking tent. It's got a novel feature, though, hasn't it? Tell us about the novel feature.
Yes, the door you can open up as an awning, so you can open it up and get a full view from inside the tent. So it's kind of like a tarp in a way.
I've never seen anything like it in such a small tent.
No, it's pretty unusual, and I think it's a very original feature to the tent.
I think it's absolutely unique.
I think people will like that feature. Will think it's.
I totally agree. So the side of the tent lifts up. You don't need to change any poles or anything. The existing poles stay in exactly the same places that you put them in when you put the tent up. You take some of the side clips off, and then there are some straps that you attach when the side is down, and you unattach those, and it naturally rises up quite beautifully, actually, and creates this incredibly stable awning at the front that you can either sit there with a view, or you can cook food. If the weather's bad, it means you've got an outdoor space. I've never seen anything like it in such a small tent. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It's really special. So I think it will be popular when it gets to the market in September.
I have no doubt at all. No doubt at all. We've taken a video of us putting the awning up. It'll be all over our socials, and go and have a look at it, listeners, because it's epic, isn't it?
Absolutely. And a bomb-proof tent design is just what you want. I think excellent for anybody bushcrafting, backpacking. And certainly great in the UK or wherever.
Yeah, it's a full 4-season tent. So you could take this. Our listener of the show who does those long distance hikes in Greenland, Hugh, this is your next tent. You need to have a look at this tent. You will love it. But yeah, thank you very much for your time.
Okay, no problem.
So we are now in, I'm in Jetball heaven. And we're with Nicole, who's just said that I'm a fashion icon, apparently. What were those terms that you said?
Well, you're part of Gorp Corps, so you are ahead of the game. It's all over Paris, so you're like star.
I am it. I am currently wearing Paul Smith, though, so, you know. What are you wearing, Ade?
Oh, just clothes and the clean, okay.
You put a clean shirt on today. Well done. So, sorry, Nicole. So, Nicole, you work for Jetboil.
That is correct. I do work for Jetboil in the US.
But you're here in the UK, and obviously our listeners will know I'm a bit of a Jetboil fan and have been for many years, and have been using and abusing more recently the Jetboil Genesis base camp system, and I love it to bits. I have to say it's such a great piece of kit.
That's amazing. Thank you for being such a fan of our product. We love that you use our product and use and abuse the Genesis as much as you can. So.
Yes, I started my Jetboil journey with the PCS many years ago, and I used that for I don't know, more than 10 years. I then switched over to the Mighty Mo, which is such a great little burner with a regulator on it. And I still use that. I take that with the Genesis now and do both. And I boil my water and stuff on that. But for a few years, that's the only burner that I would take because it's so versatile. And now I'm cooking for the entire camp because I've got the Genesis, which is just amazing.
How are your cooking skills?
They're getting a lot better. And it's you know, I've been needing a twin burner for some time and was waiting for this to get released in the UK because we had to wait in the UK. I know our listeners in North America are going, the Genesis has been out ages, but in the UK it's literally only got released this year. So I've been waiting to get my hands on a twin burner to improve my cooking skills, and they're doing pretty good. People can see it on our socials. I'm cooking all right, aren't I, Ade?
Well, you are. Nobody's died yet, thankfully. And I think what I love about it, we were just over at the Primus place, and their double burners are massive. And that's not including the pans. So the fact that everything fits down into the big pan, I think it's a wonderful system. And even the storage bag, I love storage, and the bag that it comes in, it's just nice. You're not going to lose anything.
No, and it is lovely how it packs in and packs in and packs in. And I was saying to you just before we started recording that I've had my hands on this since March and have been playing with it a lot. I've only just had to change the gas bottle. It's so incredibly efficient. I don't know how you've managed to achieve that, but it's incredibly efficient.
Yeah, our engineers actually, really wanted to make sure that we were bringing a product to the UK that ran the same efficiency as propane. So they put a lot of time and effort into making sure that isobutane would be a great fuel source for the Genesis. And now they actually take isobutane on their trips instead of using propane because they say it runs so much cleaner.
That's really interesting. So actually, it's over in the US, you might want to consider switching your gas over. So in the US, can they just, is it interchangeable, or do they? Okay.
Propane version. They only have the propane version currently in the US and Australia and New Zealand. So only Europe has isobutane.
Okay, so North America, tough. So what else? What else are you excited about at the moment? What you're standing there completely surrounded by an entire wall of Jetboil, and we will take some pictures when we've finished. But what's exciting you? What products have you got that's exciting you this year?
So new this year are all of our fast boil systems got the update, which we've had a lot of excitement and a lot of positive reaction around. What we really wanted to do with the product was make it really user-friendly and take some of the pain points away that consumers were having issues with. So we made the knob where it's a lot, looks a lot cleaner, but also is just not as scary. When you look at it, it's not this piece of metal. It's an actual knob that you can turn. And then we placed an orange handle grip zone on the back so you know where to place your hand. There was just a lot of time and effort putting thought into all the little things that make it the experience better.
Takes it from that sort of industrial thing where you might be scared to touch it to something that's really utilitarian, that's for everybody to use. And like you say, you've got your Jetboil orange on the hand grip area, so you know exactly where you're going to put your hand. You're not going to touch anything that's hot. It's I like it. I think it looks good.
Yeah, and we also encased the. Do I push?
Yeah, push again. Yeah.
Okay. We encased the igniter in ceramic now, so there was issue where sometimes that would come loose, and someone thought oh my system doesn't work anymore. But now that that's encased, it completely solves any of those issues, as well as we raised it. So a lot of people will just put a pot or pan on top of their flash, and then they end up burning their system. Now that's impossible to do. So just wanted to make sure that if you're a first-time Jetboil user, you're not going to have a bad experience.
Yeah. You used to do, so I had it on the PCS. You used to do a universal pot stand, didn't you? That you could then put any pot onto.
Right.
Although I had the larger Jetboil pot that you could also put on it. Do you not do that anymore?
We still have a pot support that you can use on these as well. So it's actually a lot easier to use and folds up really nicely around the bottom of the stove unit itself. So you actually have more storage in your cup.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. No, they look great. So what are they? Give us the names for our listeners, and we'll match them with our photos that are on socials.
Sure. So the new for 2025 will be the Zip 0.08 liter and the Flash 1.0 liter.
Absolutely brilliant. Really great. And I love the. Are they still neoprene?
Neoprene sleeves.
Yeah.
They the flash lights up with the thermochromatics sticker, so you know when your water's boiling.
It's just a beautiful piece of stuff, and it's instantly recognizable as Jetboil. It's lovely stuff.
Well, we talk about it as a brand that kind of was a game changer when it first came in, and other people took a while to catch up with it. And I think it's still leading the way with those, maybe small changes, but, listening to consumers, I think, is something that's really important. So really nice to hear.
Super key. I mean, I think it's amazing that I work for a company where you say Kleenex, you know that Kleenex is a brand. When you say Jetboil, whether any stove that it is, like people are really referring to our product, and it's an honor to work for them. So.
Yeah. No, it's great to use your products, and our listeners know we're not sponsored. We don't do paid partnerships. We just shout out really good stuff, and you make really good stuff.
Oh, thank you. That's amazing.
Thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
My name is Richard Fuller. I'm head of sales for Lead Lenser UK and Ireland. The business is a global brand. We're in 65 different countries. And we've got a lot of different innovations that we're showcasing at the event today. But more than that, we're talking specifically, I think, about the head torches. We've recently brought out a new range of head torches. The nice thing with Lead Lenser is that it's all designed in Germany. It's all manufactured with our own supply chain, so we own that from top to bottom. And it's made with a lot of quality components and a lot of innovation.
That's nice to hear, because that gives, as an end user and a customer, that gives you reassurance that actually when you get it out the box, it's going to work and it's not going to fall to pieces, which can't be said for a lot of head torches and flashlights and other manufacturers.
Yeah, we are in a world where people have been systematically moving away from low-end products that have no value. So it's the buy once, buy 5 times. Yeah. We're in it for longevity and we're in it for quality. The USP with the Lenser is every product individually serial numbered, and they all have a 7-year warranty. And the latest generation of products have a 7-year warranty, including the battery. So whilst your investment might be a little bit higher than what you would normally spend, it's going to give you that longevity. We're not in the market of having a product that's going to be disposed and thrown away in quick succession.
Yeah. And we've said numerous times, it's those quality products are worth actually spending a little bit more. You can always buy the cheaper version on Temu. Of course you can. Those cheaper versions are out there, but they're not even going to last a whole season. You'll be lucky if they last a camping weekend, quite frankly. But if you invest in something of high quality, it becomes an heirloom piece almost, and it lasts for years and years and years.
Exactly. I think whilst we're out and we're talking about the outdoor markets, people need to sort of remember that where we're more prolific is in the industrial markets. So we're dealing with lots of different industries like police forces, railway workers, highway workers, utility workers. These guys have to have a product that doesn't fail. It needs to be reliable. So they're in very arduous conditions. You dread to think what would happen if a head torch failed in the middle of a tunnel. Can't have those things. So people choose Lead Lenser because they know the reliability is going to be there, and that's fundamentally what's important. So where we're talking about the head torches at the moment, one of Lead Lenser's USPs was the spot to flood focusing. So this was designed way back 20 odd years ago. The company started in 1993 by Harold and Rainer Opkler. They were the innovators that basically took LEDs and managed to focus it, because the first generation of LEDs, if you remember from my background, you would get torches with 150 LEDs in it, and you would look at it and it would blind you, but you would shine it at the wall. You couldn't see it hit the wall. Yeah. So they were the first to actually take it and focus the beam. So they were the original innovators there. So that was way back when. And it changed the market, it changed the game. So, but the advanced focusing optic they designed really has never been better. People have tried to copy it, but they just can't finesse it the same as we can. So that was our USP. But what we found is when you start using bigger and bigger LEDs, because people want higher performance for the jobs that they're doing or the outdoor activities they're doing, so you're putting huge LEDs in there, okay? And then you need to have a heat sink to dissipate the heat. So you've got a big heat sink behind it, because believe it or not, LEDs do generate quite a lot of heat. And then you have to have a big battery to drive it. So it all becomes a bit more weighty and a little bit more cumbersome. And because obviously the LED is so high performance, you can only focus it in so tight. You can only flood it out so tight. So these were the pain points that Lead Lenser, the product management team in Germany, identified. And they said, how do we make this lighter? How do we make the beams tighter without compromising the light output? So what they did is they designed the HF series, which stands for head front, German brand, They're very, very direct in how they say things.
It is what it says it is.
Exactly. So with the HF series, what they wanted to have, there's 3 in the range, and we flavour them differently as well, depending on the market. So we have our core for just your general outdoor enthusiasts, then and your everyday users. Then we have our work, which again, those ones will come with loads of different accessories. They'll have silicone headbands, so you don't need separate clips. They'll have helmet mounts, charging docks, etc. Then we have our signature series, which is the ultimate performance for the discerning, outdoor enthusiast. So you've got 3 flavors, but there's 3 in the range. You've got the 4, the 6, and the 8. The 8 is the one that offers the most innovation in terms of user function, but the 4 is no slouch. That one's only 72 grams, and it delivers 500 lumens. It's really high performance. And then the 6 is the one that has the digital focusing. So what we've done is we've taken a single LED and we've moved it and we've arranged it so that you've got 5 LEDs in the actual head.
Wow.
So you can still get the transition from spot to flood very seamlessly, but it basically, using the digital focusing, it will go through the LEDs and it'll go through from the very widest to the more focused. And what you found is the light picture when you've got it on flood is much wider than you could achieve with manual focusing, and the tightest focus is much tighter than what you could achieve as well. So there was a reason why they did it, but it's made the profile slimmer, more compact. There's no more battery on the back, everything's up the front.
Yeah.
It's all made from anodized aluminium in terms of the casing. So, but again, where it becomes very special is, I'm showing you now, there's an animation. So this one here isn't an LED, it's a sensor. The sensor behind it is a chip, and that could power, it's powerful enough to run Windows 95, basically.
Wow.
And what it does is it makes 400 calculations a second to automatically map your environment where you are. So it will basically look and say, the moment we're obviously under high lighting, it's saying we're in a well-lit condition, we're quite close up to something, this is as much power as you need. So it's going to conserve the battery for you.
Yeah, so your battery will last an awful lot longer.
Exactly. So then what I do, if I put my finger over it, it won't really change because it's too sensitive. But if I double up the headband here and cover that sensor, you'll see it come up to full power and then go into a focus beam. So what I've done is I've fooled it into thinking that it's in pitch black darkness and there's no obstructions in the way.
Yeah.
And if you see how focused it is, if I move that away, you can see how quickly it changes.
Yeah, that's incredible.
It's instant. So the thought process is, there's lots of activities that people do, whether it be fishing, whether it be camping, etc. What they can do is put it on, turn it on, and just
forget
turn it on
about
once.
it and just
Forget
carry on
about
doing
it.
what you're doing. You can look at your map, read your map without being blinded.
Exactly.
So such a nightmare. If you start a hike and you're starting a hike at 2 a.m., you want to be on top for dawn coming up, and you need to look at a map. You look at the map with your head torch on, and it just all reflects back at you, and you can't see anything for ages. What's the charge time on it?
Charge time's around about 3.5 hours. Fast charging, so it's contactless charging.
Absolutely incredible, and it just looks damn nice, doesn't it?
It really does. And just seeing the way that automatically focused, I think that in itself is a game changer. Without having to mess around with anything, it's doing that autofocus. So
If there's anything LED Lenser knows to do and do well, it's light output. We only make and manufacture lighting products, so the quality's got to be there. I mean, we're winning awards all the time for design, functionality, and I think that's why every single sector and market kind of chooses LED Lenser. They start to believe in the trust there as well. And the packaging, sustainability is a big part of what we do. I mean, we're turning out more than 1 million torches a year from our factory. So we're starting to work with sustainable and recycled materials as well now. So all the packaging, we've removed all plastic for the good few years. On the factory roof, there's 4,600 square meters of solar panels. We've systematically turned the thermostat from 18 degrees to 26 degrees. And you think that these small changes might be, they wouldn't make any difference, but they make a huge difference when you do them all together. Yeah. So I like the fact that LED Lenser is really responsible in terms of it's taking accountability. When you're turning out mass-produced products, you've got to be responsible, and I think the quality can't ever dip, and you've got to be looking at the future of the environment, basically.
Yeah. Well, particularly, you're making products for the outdoor industry, who very much environmental, conscious. You want to be out in the countryside and the wilderness. You want that still to be there when your kids are out there and your grandkids are out there. So it's nice to hear that companies are thinking about that when they're mass producing stuff on this scale. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you. It's been really nice to talk to you.
Thanks a lot, Tim. Nice to meet you both.
Well, we have been walking around this for hours now, although it feels like we've been here 5 minutes. Time is just going by so quick, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I'm worried that we're not going to get around everything or speak to people that we want to speak to. So, yeah.
We might need to have a look at a board, really, and start to cherry pick the places that we want to go. But we could do with more days here. We should have booked a hotel.
But, maybe it'll just focus us, Tim, to not chat so much.
But we're chatty men. We are chatty men, aren't we? We're stood at the moment in the tent display area for the Outdoor Industry Awards. So these are the tents that are going to get awards next year, so 2026. And we've got a Nemo Dagger Osmo, which looks pretty cool. And actually, I've just noticed it's got a gear area in the porch that's got walled sides to it, so it keeps it nice and dry and off the ground. That's seriously cool. We've got an updated version of the Force 10 Classic, which is brilliant. My mate Matt had the original full canvas one. Wished he'd never got rid of it, but that's an updated version of that. There's another Force 10 one there, which is the F10 Force 10 Banshee, which is, these are bomb-proof tents. Which is your favourite at the moment, Ade?
My favourite at the minute is the Force 10 Classic. Yeah.
Beautiful, isn't it?
I mean, who is it that did the other version of that pop-up one?
That was Van Gogh. So Force 10 is Van Gogh's sort of premium outdoor range. But Van Gogh did the pop-up version of that Force 10 Classic, which is still a bargain at about £140. It's but I don't know what the Force 10 Classic will retail at. But that is a seriously nice modern upgrade to a true classic outdoor tent.
Yeah, I'm going to have a look inside.
Hold for it.
Hold the phone.
Oh my gosh! I'm holding the phone and the hamster. Holding the phone and the hamster. That's me all over. Here he comes. So he's climbing inside, and it is. There's tons of space in there actually. Gosh, that's loads. And a good bit of head height. I mean, it's a. Let me describe it for the podcast listeners, rather than just the video that we're also shooting. A-frame. It is a classic A-frame tent, so it is the tent off our logo. If you wanted to know what it is, and it's what we based our logo on. So it is a classic A-frame tent. In the I think it's red, might be orange. I don't know. I'm colourblind.
Let's call it fire.
It's fire colour. But no, cool. Where are we heading to next, Ade?
Probably to get some food.
Yeah, probably we need to eat. I'm just thinking, is eating going to eat into our time? But we need to fuel, don't we?
Well, I mean, normally eating's cheating, but, that's
when we're drinking, my brother. That's when we're drinking.
Is it time yet? I will then.
Oh,
knives.
Knives, Ed. So I've managed to pull you away from the knives. Weren't they nice?
Yes. Who doesn't like knives? I could have so many. I do have so many. I want a good knife though, Tim, and I've learnt something new. It's another thing we're coming to shows. People tell you stuff that you didn't know.
Very true. Very true. What have you learnt?
The shape of a knife. So, yeah, I tend to do a lot of feather sticks for burning stuff, and just trying to find a little bit more out about those. You taught me something new, the different shapes that you can get and what you look out for them. So,
what a helpful chap. We've taken some pictures of some of their knives. They'll be on our socials, but nice people. We are fed and watered.
Lovely bit of ramen.
I've never done I've never done a bowl before. But it was nice.
It was lovely. It's filled a gap. It was a bit messy, but we needed some sustenance. I was going a little bit crazy, my head was spinning, and lots of very shiny knife type objects and loads of camping stuff, and some great people once again, Just
brilliant people who are just happy to stand and tell you about their incredible products, and it's great because there's so much time and space here to be able to look at stuff and get hold of it and talk to people who know it inside out, upside down, back to front. Cracking players, really cracking.
Yeah, and considering the amount of brands that are here, I think we've still got a good proportion of the hall to work. So I think we need to probably be a little bit specific about who we want to see. Most of all, Yeti, please.
Shall we go talk to Yeti?
Are they here? Brilliant.
Let's go. So you've been Yeti'd?
And it was everything I hoped it was. There was new product that we couldn't take pictures of, but I'm like already thinking I needs to start saving.
They wouldn't. They didn't want to talk on the microphone, or particularly let us take many pictures. But funny guy. He definitely thinks you've got a problem. He wanted to leave you in private so you could just have a little bit of me time.
Yeah, I kind of need it. I maybe need a cold shower or something from a Yeti.
So I'm Emily from ARC. So ARC Consultants distribute Nordisk in the UK. So Nordisk tents, they do a whole range of tents, also sleeping bags and clothing, but really, their specialist tents is the really lightweight packable tents. Yeah.
Fantastic. We are stood in front of the Telemark 2.2, which absolutely caught our eye because it, for a little tiny hiking tent, it gives you a huge amount of space. It's super lightweight fabric. You touch it in and it feels like a piece of tissue paper, but it's a 4-season tent that is super sturdy. And how much does this weigh? Sorry, I put you on the spot now.
Telemark 2.2, there, just over a
kilo.
Yeah,
just over a kilo, which is just crazy. I mean, I joked with you a moment ago. I've got jumpers that weigh more than this tent. And it packs down to literally next to nothing. It's a single hoop design over the middle, but at the either end, it doesn't go down to the ground, so it stands up a little bit, which means you've got masses of space inside.
Yeah, exactly. You've got that. So I guess one of the limitations of really lightweight tents is that when you get in, you can't sort of sit up, and yes, maybe it's okay to sleep in, but uncomfortable when you're actually trying to move around or get in your sleeping bag and things.
And if you're stuck there for like a day because the weather's really bad, or you're taking a day off or something like that, and you're stuck in the tent, it's miserable if you can't really move around and you're in a bit of a bivvy bag or a coffin. Loads of space in this, isn't there?
Yeah, exactly. It gets a little bit claustrophobic, whereas this has got the really nice kind of one pole loop over the top, so you can sit up in it. And at the bottom, there is a kind of foot, a kind of element to it. So there's a bit of height in your feet as well. Yeah.
No, it's brilliant, and a really decent sized porch that you can put all your gear in. And is there a porch on both sides?
Yeah, so 2-man you can access from either side, yeah.
Which is great. So you've got room for all your gear on either side of you, and you can leave the porch open and cook in it quite comfortably. Absolutely brilliant piece of kit. Thank you very much for talking with us.
No problem. Nice to meet you.
So we're stood with the fixer on the Craghoppers stall. Some great colourways in the clothes.
Yeah, we like to try with the Nozilife, which is our insect repellent range. You've got a sort of mixture of the real sort of classic safari colours in your sort of greens and stuff, things that aren't going to scare the animals away. But then we also like to try and brighten it up with a few pops for more lifestyle stuff, because we know that not everybody's using it for safari. Sometimes it's just useful in this country for the insect repellent.
It's really some really nice colours there. I'm a bit colourblind, so I'm a bit scared to say what this colour is. But what's that colour, Richard?
That's our new Dark Sahara, which is a sort of terracotta orangey red kind of colour. It's new for the season for Spring 26. So you won't see that in the shops for a little while yet.
Yeah, some really nice stuff. What's the thing that's exciting you this year about what you're showing off to people?
So we've got a new product, which is a new base layer for us, and it's a UPF 50 plus sun protection base layer, which has also got the Nozilife insect repellent, which is also then odor eliminating, and we've just been granted accredited by the British Skincare Foundation. So this blocks 98% of UV radiation, both A and B. And what most people don't realize is the B that does the burning is not the dangerous one. It's the A that does the aging. Our sun puts out 95% of its output is UVA. So even if you've got a t-shirt on, a normal t-shirt, and you think, oh, I've not got burnt, it doesn't mean you're not getting the deep damage.
Wow. Some things that people don't necessarily think about. And they're in some good colourways, aren't they?
Absolutely. We've got 6 colourways in there. So we've got a nice bright blue. We've got an anthracite. There's a white. There's a peach in the ladies. There's a lemon in the ladies. And then there's also a darker grey in the gents as well.
Yeah, I think the thing that really surprises me with Crag Hoppers is, one, the technical abilities of the clothes, which I wasn't aware of until I started talking to you, but also the amount of pockets things like shirts and trousers have.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're traveling, security is important, and so we have hidden pockets, and some of our products have RFID shielded pockets, which stop your credit cards from being scanned. But one of the other things that people don't always realize is we use a lot of recycled content. We use ethically sourced factories, and everything comes with a lifetime guarantee.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with the ethical side of it. I know you've talked to me in the past about some of the things that Crag Hoppers have been doing about dyes and colours and things like that. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So, yeah, we're trying to use less water. Water is quite a precious commodity. Most people don't realize a pair of jeans can take up to 17,000 litres to make. That's from the growing of the cotton as well as the dyeing process. So we've stopped, we use waterless dyes, we use less finishing processes, and that just makes things a little bit better. But also it's about the factories are independently inspected, so the workers are fairly paid. They're looked after. The health and safety is good, and it's we're not using horror story factories.
Yeah, I think that's something that people might not be aware of with Crag Hoppers. Certainly a big surprise to me and Tim with our friendship with you, and you talked about it. You obviously really love the product that you're selling, and I think it's really amazing and worth a second look for listeners that might want to get out there. Because I think the other thing that's really surprising is the price point. You've got all that technical stuff there, and the price point isn't shirt off your back kind of price, is it?
Well, I hope we don't have the shirt off your back, because we'd like to sell you the shirt in the first place. But one of the things that a lot of people don't realise is it's a family-owned business. Brother and sister own the company. I've been there 18 years, so it must be decent to work for, or I'd have moved on. We've got a lot of long-termers. We've got people who've worked in the company 40-plus years. So it is a good place to work.
Well, good working practices and a company that's got a lot of heart, I think. Worth a second look. What do you think, Tim? What have you seen?
Oh, I love it all. I absolutely love it all. I was just going to say that my other half, Alex, she loves Crag Hopper stuff. 2 of your dresses, that's regular stuff. She wears them to work.
Are they Richard's dresses?
They are. The lady fixer.
That sounds really wrong, that does.
That's the after hours. That's for OnlyFans. So I think I might be spent, Ed.
Yeah, and considering we've not been allowed to spend any money, I agree. I'm pretty spent as well. But it's just been such an exciting day of talking to some.
I've just seen a beer belt.
Hold that thought, listeners. We'll be right back. Beer belt. That's the one thing that we hadn't seen up until that moment. And then we saw it and we just had to try it on. Pictures will be on the website.
I have to say, if it said Yeti on it, you'd have probably done a runner with it.
Not allowed to buy it. Look, Elvis.
Oh God, no! I'm. My legs are tired from walking round. I'm tired from talking to people, but it is brilliant. I wish we had another day. Next year, we're definitely coming for 2 days.
Yeah, I think that would be quite good. 2 days. First day to Recce. Talk to the people, brands that we want to see what they've got. But also there's an awful lot of brands that we don't know, and getting to speak to some of those about what they're doing, what they're trying to do, and tell us a little bit about maybe the brands that you and I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that are brands that a lot of people won't have seen or heard before, but it's great to talk to them all. I think it's definitely time for a beer though, Ade. Should we go find a pub?
Spooners, here we come.
Oh, we're in Liverpool. I was hoping to go to the Cavern Club, mate.
I apologise to everybody from Liverpool.
Casual Camping Podcast accepts no liability and does not officially recommend any products or endorse any techniques discussed in an individual podcast episode or shown on Casual Camping Podcast social media accounts. Individuals should make their own informed decision and risk assessment of any products or advice prior to any purchase or use.